welcome back to my channel and to this month's monthly weigh-in update. This is my first monthly weigh-in update that I have done. Last month I decided, for various reasons, I'll pop a video up explaining what the reasons were. For various reasons I was just going to switch to monthly weigh-ins, basically to take a lot of stress and pressure off myself while I'm already going through quite a crappy time with my back and everything. On the 5th of February I weighed in at 10 stone and £2, which was £2 away from my actual target of 10 stone, but it was within my target range. On that Friday I went to Aldi. I also went to Asda, and while I was at Asda I started to get shooting pains down my leg. I was like, my knee kept giving away under me, my back started to get really sore. And by the time I got home and had dinner and put the shopping away and everything, my back had went into a proper seizure. No, that's a lie. It wasn't by the time I'd done that. My back was really sore, so I took a couple of tablets, my painkillers, went and lay down. I fell asleep, and when I woke up, my back was in a seizure. It was in a seized state. What do you call it? It was like a spasm. Like it goes into a really tight spasm, which is the worst my back gets. It was absolute agony. When it goes into a spasm, I can barely get up from the lying position. I can't sit at all. I really struggled to sit on the toilet. I know it's too much information, but I literally had to hover over the toilet bowl and wee. I could barely get down the stairs. In fact, I just didn't go down up and down the stairs for a couple of days because it was so painful. There was so many tears when I tried to. I just didn't bother going down the stairs. Ali was great. Ali's my 13-year-old son. If you don't know, he was so good. He was bringing me cups of teas and coffees, and he just literally brought all the snacks up that I could have, and I binged so badly, so hard. I don't think I've binged like that since way before I started Slimming World. Like, I don't think I've ever ate so much since I started on my Slimming World journey in 2019. We survived that weekend on takeaways. In fact, we survived that whole week on takeaways, because even though it started to get better by the Monday, I would get up in the morning and start, yeah, I'm going to be on plan today, or I was going to get some stuff done, but like by afternoon time, as I tried to do little bits of housework, I wasn't trying to overdo it, I was just trying to get things done. You know, like changing the cat litter tray, or doing the little bit of dishes, or doing some washing. By the time I was getting those tiny little bits of housework done, or stuff that I needed to get done, my back was getting really painful again. I had to lie down, and even if I had a breakfast on plan or a lunch on plan, we still ended up eating takeaways for dinner the rest of that week. So I had a really bad week from the 5th of February until, well, that was a Friday, and it was the following Saturday that I woke up. I was like, no, I need to get back on plan. I'm going to undo all the work that I've done and losing this weight. Like, I've lost, up till then I lost 4 stone £2. I just didn't want to put it all back on. I'm okay with putting the odd few pounds here and there back on when things like this happen, or if it's Christmas, or if I'm maybe on holiday, which I haven't had since I started Slimming World because of one thing and another, basically coronavirus. But you know, I'm okay with putting a few pounds on, even up to like half a stone. I'm okay with gaining that, but I just didn't want to gain much more. And I knew that week had been so bad food wise, especially that first weekend had been so bad. I really needed to give myself a kick up the backside and get back on plan that Saturday, which is what I've done. So I've been quite good since then. What's that been, 2 or 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago. I've been okay. The majority of the time I have been on plan. There has been a couple of days, I would say at least 4, maybe 5 possibly, days where I haven't been on plan at all, or I haven't been on plan 100%. Like, you know what I was saying with my back gets worse as the day goes on. So there has been a few occasions where we've still ordered takeaway in that. It's not been my best month, but it's also not been my worst month on plan, off plan, on plan, off plan, on plan, off plan. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be kind to myself. One thing that has slipped in more and more as the month's gone on is more snacks at night again, and I was so proud of myself. Before Christmas I had managed to curb that bad habit, because that was like the worst time of day where I would snack, and sometimes, like, I was keeping it on plan, and that as I started Slimming World I was managing to keep it on plan, but I just really wanted to curb that bad habit because I knew When I had a day off plan, I would probably tend to overindulge with the snacks at night. That's always been my downfall. Like, I think before Summer World, the majority of the time, a lot of my meals were pretty healthy. Maybe if I fried my chips, I fried my bacon and sausages and all that in proper oil and all that, and I've managed to change all that round. And that's not something that I'll go back to anyway, whether I'm having an on-plan day or an off-plan day. But I really just wanted to curb that bad habit with eating at night time. And I did manage to do that for a few months leading up to Christmas. But since Christmas, although there's been a lot of times where I have curbed it, just more and more recently it's starting to creep in and all that as well. And I've just decided, like I said, to be kind to myself and just have those treats and snacks at night. Just at the minute, I can deal with everything. Once my back's a lot better and my mental health is a lot better, because that's not great at the minute because of the way my back is and everything, I can try and sort that out at a later date. As long as I keep things on plan, I was happy. So I was being kinder to myself in that sense. Another thing as well with the snacking at night and all that is that I think a lot of it's because my sleeping patterns all messed up in that as well. Like, I can get up in the morning, sometimes it might be quite late, but before my back and everything, before I was taking the medication for my back, I was always up really early in the morning. Like, I'm talking average between 6 and 7 a.m. But now I can get up a little bit later. I think the latest I've got up one day was like 10 o'clock. And that's making me not want my breakfast straight away. A lot of the time in the last few weeks, I've had like a breakfast slash lunch together, or I've just had a breakfast and skipped lunch, or just waited until it was lunchtime and skipped breakfast. And because I'm only having like the brunch meal and then my dinner, I think I'm being more lenient in myself with the nighttime snacks as well, because that would class as a third meal. I'm trying to stick to 3 meals a day. Well, that's what I was trying to do. And a lot of times is with my tablets as well, is that I'll take them first thing in the morning, so it sets me up for the day. But I don't try and take them for the rest of the day until after my nieces have gone, because I'm still looking after my nieces for like half an hour or an hour in the evening. And I don't like feeling so dopey, because my tablets make me really dopey. I don't like feeling that when I have my nieces. So I wait until they've gone home, and then after they've gone home, it's dinner time. I make my dinner and then I take my tablets. And it's getting better now. I'm not falling asleep so often with them. I must be building up a tolerance to them, obviously. But I found that a lot of the time I was taking my tablets after my dinner at night and conking out for a couple of hours, and then I'd wake up and I'd feel really hungry. So there's a mixture of reasons why I would be eating at night, and because of those sleeping pattern and my tablets and everything like that, I've just decided, you know what, I'm just not going to worry too much about eating at night. I know I spoke a lot about eating at night in this video so far, but I'm just trying to explain things how it is in my life at the minute. Another thing in the past month as well is that I started off in January doing the 100 Days of Exercise challenge with quite a few other ladies on YouTube and on Instagram. And on the 5th of February, when my back went into spasm, I had to stop that. Like, I couldn't do anything. I could barely sit on the toilet, never mind do an exercise. So I stopped that for about 8 or 9 days. And then I was doing the Pilates ones, the Pilates workout for lower back pain. I didn't want to do anything too physical, like more cardio busting exercises or that. I just did want to do ones that were targeting my back and helping my back. So I've done them quite a lot, and I did have the physio last week, and she's told me no exercise, don't do any exercise, only do your physio for your back. That she sent me some exercises that I have to do twice a day, or I can do them like smaller sets but 3 times a day. So I'm doing them twice a day, and those do class as my exercise at the minute for the 100 days of exercise. The days that I missed I will add on to the end, but I am doing like two sets of exercises, physio exercises, which are very, very similar to the Pilates for lower back pain. There's a few more exercises in that, and the yoga one that I was doing for lower back pain, they're very, very similar exercises to what my physio set me anyway. So, and the other one she said that I could do was walking, which I've done some walks in that as well. And oh, she told me to get a hula hoop, which I haven't got yet, but she says a hula hoop would be a good one for building up the muscle resistance or something in my back. Like not a weighted hula hoop, just a regular hula hoop. She told me specifically not to get a weighted one at the minute because she doesn't want to put too much pressure on my back. So I need to, maybe when the toy shops open, or I don't know, I couldn't find any. I was in B&M and Home Bargains and that, sorry, Poundland and Home Bargains recently, and I never seen any in there, but I will have to keep an eye out, or maybe when the toy shops open I can get one. I don't know if I'll maybe get one on Amazon actually, but you can buy hula hoops for so cheap that I feel that Amazon's maybe going to be overpriced, like £10 for a hula hoop when you can buy them like for £2 or £3 out a regular toy shop. Yeah, so she told me to do that, so I'll maybe get one of them when I can get one of them. Yeah, so I'm still doing exercise. I'm still managing to keep up with this 100 days the exercise challenge, bar the week or so that I missed, just over a week that I missed. But I will add that on at the end, like I said. Anyway, this week's weighing results, I need to explain this quite quickly before I get onto that. So after Christmas, I never stepped on the scale to find out what my actual Christmas gain was, and I regretted that because it would be nice to see at the next weigh-in, my official weigh-in, if I'd lost any weight, and I guessed that I had lost weight. I think I'd done a prediction of what I might have lost then, but I wanted to be more accurate this time because I knew after that 8 days, I think it was a full 7 days off plan that I had. It wasn't 8 days because on the Friday I did stay on plan. Like the Friday that my back went sore, I did stay on plan that day. So I think it was only for a full 7 days that I was off plan. So I wanted to step on the scales on the Saturday and see what the gain was that week. Now, I never actually thought about it until tea time on the Saturday. So I think I'd had breakfast and lunch by that time. And it was before I had my dinner. But usually I step on the scales in the mornings on a Friday before I've ate anything. It might have been a couple of pound out, I don't know. But when I stepped on the scale, I never recorded this officially in my diary, by the way. But when I stepped on scales on that Saturday, the weight on the scales was 10 stone 10, which meant I gained £8. So I know it wasn't a proper reading, like 100% accurate, give or take a few pound. It might have been a little bit out, but I was like, in 1 week, that is bad. Now, I have had some gains over the course of my Slim and World journey. I've had a few times off plan. I think the longest last year was when my granny passed away, but I never ate as much as I ate in this week. In fact, a lot of the time when my granny passed away last year, there was days where I wasn't eating at all because obviously it was a different situation altogether. Like I didn't want to eat, I didn't feel like eating, I was really upset obviously. That week that my back was really sore from the 5th of February, oh my god, I ate my heart out, honestly. I was disgusting. If I actually showed you guys what I ate in that week, you would have been disgusted. Honestly, it wouldn't have triggered anybody because you'd have just been so revolted by what I was eating. I just ate 24/7. I don't think I stopped putting stuff in my mouth for like 72 hours that weekend. The rest of the week wasn't quite so bad, but we were still having the takeaways and all that. So, I mean, I was like, whoa, 10 stone 10 when I seen that on the scales. But I was also not really that surprised because it was disgusting. The amount of food that I ate, especially in that weekend, was disgusting. Anyway, that brings me to today. When I stepped on the scales, oh my god, I was hoping it was a lot less than 10 stone 10. Like I said, I haven't been 100% on plan every week, but I have been a whole lot better on plan. And it has been a struggle, let me tell you, but I'll talk about that more in a minute. Anyway, this week when I stepped on the scale, I was 10 stone 6. So that was a lot better than the 10 stone 10. I could have lost a lot more if I had been on plan 100% until today, Friday. I could have maybe lost that whole £8 that I gained. I could have lost all of that if I'd been so strict with myself. But because my back's still feeling shite and I'm still feeling shite, I was a lot kinder to myself. I was a lot, well, I'm not in the mood for cooking tonight, so it's a takeaway. Actually, a couple of the nights that I had off-plan meals, I had been on plan for during the day. I think it was last Thursday or Friday. Not this past week, the week before. My back was getting really, really sore by tea time. way before tea time actually. In fact, when my nieces came round, I was already lying on the couch and I just put YouTube on for them and they were good as gold for me. But for tea that night, I can't even remember what we planned to have, but Ali made tea and I had made freezer muffins for Ali one day the week before, the weekend before. I'd made them like little pizza muffins for lunches and stuff. And he said that he would make them for us for our tea. So he did. He made us these little pizza muffins, which was like an English muffin, a little bit of pizza sauce, 2 or 3 bits of pepperoni, and a little dollop of cheese on top. He made us 2 halves of them each and he made us super noodles. So I did get my low fat noodles. I don't think that would have taken me too much over my sins for that day actually, that meal. Maybe the muffins would have. The muffins would be quite high in sins, but yeah, so it wasn't always takeaways that I was having. Anyway, 10 stone 6 I was when I stepped on the scale this week. That was a gain of £4 from my last official weigh-in that I done. And that brings my total loss to 3 stone 12 and I'm £6 away from target. It could have been a lot better, like I said. I could have been so much stricter with myself, but I just have to, you know, relax a little bit. Another thing that I've done this week that I wanted to tell you guys about, I was really inspired. Now, a lot of people recently, since like Christmas going into January, quite a few people have switched from Slimming World to calorie counting. Kaza, Julie Buddha, and Gemma's been doing it the last couple of weeks as well, but I think she's saying she's going back to Slimming World. And somebody that I've been watching for the past few months, but she's recently switched to doing Slimming World and calorie counting, is Andrea over at Make Him Vlogs. Now, I don't know why, because like I said, a few other people have switched to calorie counting. I don't know why Andrea has inspired me more than any of the rest of them. I can't explain it, and I don't mean to cause offence to anybody, but I think she explains things so well. And I said to this to Andrea on one of her videos, I was like, I think it's the nurse in you. Andrea is a midwife. I says, I think it's the nurse in you. I think you explain things better because, I don't know, it's the nurse in her. Maybe she has to explain things to her patients. The midwife in her, sorry, I'm going to cause offence to her here. It's the midwife in her. She explains things to her patients, and I think she's just explained the whole calorie counting and Slimming World combined thing a whole lot better, or just in a way that resonates with me. Actually, I find this with Fiona as well. It didn't make me switch to keto because I knew I'd never be able to sustain a keto diet. But Fiona done this when she was explaining the science and all that behind keto a couple of years ago. I really stopped and listened to what she was saying, and it made so much sense. But Fiona also used to be a nurse, so there must be something in that whole nurse theory that I have about them. So Andrea has switched recently in the last few weeks to doing Slimming World and calorie counting combined, and she was saying, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't overeating in free foods. And I was like, huh, that's interesting. So what I done was this week, after she done an experiment with her McDonald's, and then, well, go back and watch her videos. Go back, I'll link her down below. She's really great. She explains things so well, but I'll link her down below. Go back and watch her videos. She done a little experiment in the last week where she had a McDonald's. She had a lot to eat at McDonald's, and then she cut her calories down for the rest of the week and still managed to keep within her sins for the rest of the week as well. She still lost £2. And I was like, that's interesting, because I've never been someone that's lost a lot of weight every week. I think my biggest loss was always £3. Mostly it's between £0.5 to £1, maybe sometimes £2, but I've never been a big loser every week. And I was just like, I wonder if I'm overeating in free food. And so this week, I think it was on Monday or Tuesday, I downloaded the app, the NutriCheck app, and you get it free for 7 days. So I was downloading that, and I wasn't trying to stay within the calories. All I was doing was following my Slimming World plan and keeping within my sins still, but I was recording everything that I was eating on the NutriCheck app to see what I was eating calorie wise. And I think every single day I was over in calories. I think there was one day where I was under, but it was a day that I wasn't feeling very well and I hadn't ate too much. I think it was Thursday actually, yesterday. There was one day where I had breakfast, lunch, dinner and supper, all within my sins. I think I was I 7.5 sins for that day? Or was it, maybe I was up at my maximum 15 sins? I can't remember off the top of my head. But I was over 300 calories over the what I would want to be, like if I wanted to lose 1.5 pounds a week, that's what I say it is. I wanted to lose 1.5 pounds a week, so it said that I would be allowed 1,200 calories, I think it was. So I set it to 1,200 calories, and yeah, I was like 300 calories over on that day where I had 4 square meals. Even though I was within my sins, I was way over in the calories for losing weight. So if I had been doing that, well, I have obviously been doing that. I've not been weighing any of my free food, my chips or my potatoes, my pasta, my rice. I've not been weighing any of that since I started Slimming World. But if you were calorie counting, you would be weighing that, and you'd be staying within your sins, your calories, sorry. Yeah, so 300 calories over what I would need to eat to lose weight that week is quite a lot. There was one day I was only like 20 or 30 calories over. There was other days I was only 50 or 70 calories over. I think that most was the day that I had 4 meals. Well, 4 a day, 4 meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner and snacks or supper at night. Yeah, so that was really quite an eye-opener for me this week, was tracking my calories. And I've actually decided, and I know there's going to be some of you guys that are going to want to kick me up the bum for this, but I've actually decided that for the month ahead, just more of a just because oh my god, the light's going so weird, it's the bloody sun. Just because I'm really flipping bored at the minute. Really bored. I spoke about this in last month's weigh-in as well. I am really, really bored. I'm really miserable. I'm really quite down in the dumps a lot of the time. I'm just needing a little change. And the only thing that I can change at the minute is my diet. I love Slimming World. I swear to God, I love Slimming World. And I never, ever, ever thought I would hear myself say this. But just to give myself a little bit of a change, a little bit, I don't know, I want to say something to look forward to, but it's more just like a little change because I'm so bored at the minute and I just need, I don't know how to explain it. They say a change is as good as a rest, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do here with switching to calorie counting just for the next month, just to see how I get on with it. I just need that little bit of something different going on at the minute. I need something different going in it. I'm not bored of Slimming World, it's just I'm bored of everything. I'm bored of everything at the minute. I always said that I would be on Slimming World until the day that I die, but I don't know, it's just this whole week, this little thing that I've been tracking all this week, it's just made me realise that I have been overeating and all the free food on Slimming World, and that's probably why I've not had as big losses. I mean, there might be another reason for it. I might just not be a big loser. But obviously, with tracking the calories and everything this week, I have seen how much over the calories that I have. And it is flipping science, right? The more calories you eat, the less likely you are to lose weight. If you cut down on your calories, you are going to lose weight. And well, first of all, I want to get rid of that I want to get rid of that 6 pounds. I do want to get to my 10 stone. I want to be kind to myself and be a little bit more relaxed. And I do think calorie counting will be a lot better for me as well, because like I said, my brain is kind of mushy at the minute a lot of the time with the medication. It's getting better, but it's still a lot mushier than normal. And I have to keep track of healthy extra B, healthy extra A, sins, making sure that I have speed food on my plate and everything. And I've been really bad at that this past week or so, or maybe past couple of weeks. I just think calories just simplifies it for me at the minute as well, because I'm only counting calories. I'm just counting calories. The one thing that is weird getting used to is actually having to count calories for like fruit and vegetables and everything as well. And it's actually quite an eye-opener for that, because I had melon one day and I weighed it, and for the portion of melon that I had, it was over 200 calories just for melon. But that's all free on Slimming World, right? It's a speed food on Slimming World, but it was over 200 calories. And I didn't even think I had that much. Maybe a quarter of a melon it was, but it was still quite a lot. Calorie-wise, I was quite shocked how high calories, and bananas are like 81 calories for a medium banana. But also, what have I got here? I'm just reading my bin. So 81 calories for banana, but these are 99 calories for the Bliss bars. How mad is that? I know a lot of people, well, Andrea for one, she said that she wanted to stick to Slimming World and calorie counting because she wanted to make sure she was still getting all her fruit and veg and everything in. But I do know that I ate a lot of fruit and veg. Maybe not so much fruit, but I did eat a lot of veg before Slimming World. I was always somebody that had like a meat, a veg and a starchy thing on their plate, like a meat and two veg type person. I'm not too worried about that. I do love my salads and all that anyway. I'm not too worried about not eating enough fruit and veg and all that, but I do know that if I have days where I just want to eat junk, I can still eat junk and just have that within my calories. Just make sure it's within my calories. And at the minute, with the way I'm feeling and everything, that kind of appeals to me. But like I said, I do also trust myself that on days where I'm feeling pretty good, I'm still going to have a lot of fruit and veg in that as well, hopefully. I mean, I may have to change it at some point if I do realise that. I probably won't realise it until I'm editing my weekly videos for my food. If I am looking at them and I'm seeing that I'm not having too much fruit and veg, I may have to change it to Slimming World and calorie counting combined. But like I said, for the next month, all I plan on doing is calorie counting. I know it's going to upset some of you guys. I know who it's going to upset before. I know she's going to want to choke me to death. But it's just for 1 month. At the minute, as an experiment, I've just signed up to them for 1 month. There is an option when you take the membership out on the Nutracheck app. You can take it for a year or you can take it for a 1 month rolling contract, and at the minute I've just signed up for that 1 month because I don't know how it's going to go weight wise, or just I don't know how it's going to go at all. I don't know if I'm going to like it as much as I like Slimming World, but at the minute I'm just doing it for a change, just to keep myself healthy and keep me on track with eating healthy. And yeah, and what I will do in my meals of the week videos and all that, I am still going to be doing them for the next month and that as well. But what I will try and do is, as well as telling you guys all the calories and everything, which I'll be tracking for myself, I will also work out all the sins in that, and maybe you guys can see the difference between the calories and the sins and how, I don't know how it works. I don't know, it might be of interest to some of you guys. I can't explain it as well as Andrea did. Like I said, go and check out her videos because she explained it so well. Well, to me, she explained it so well. It resonated with me. It made me sit up and listen to why calorie counting is really beneficial. Anyway, just another video where I've talked out my ass for the last half hour. I hope some of you guys have managed to stick right through to the end of this. I hope you guys are all doing well in your journeys. If there's any of you guys that have also switched from Slimming World to calorie counting, let me know in the comments below and let me know how you guys got on. Anyway, I hope you've all had the weigh-in results that you wanted this week, whatever eating plan you're on, Weight Watchers, Slimming World, calorie counting, keto, whatever. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long and boring for you. Please like it if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.